A lot of people settle simply because they feel their age is going. They think their timeline is almost over. And a lot of people settle because of societal pressures from family, friends, and people in the society. And that is why we see a lot of broken families, a lot of divorce, and a lot of broken relationships today because a lot of people decide to settle. But you do not have to settle. You don't. Because I can tell you, I can assure you that there are a lot of peaceful, happy, and healthy marriages out there. And I can be proud to tell you that I am one of that family. Hi guys, my name is Mary Jane and I want to welcome you back to my YouTube channel. And in this video today, I want to tell you guys how to get married. 3 months ago, tomorrow, 3rd of September, it will be 3 months that I and my husband got married. We've been together for 4 years, but been married for 3 months, okay? And I can assure you, this is the best 3 months of my life and also the best 4 years of my life with this man. I have dated people. I have met with the sons of Pharaoh. Believe me, the street ain't funny. Like, the street is not laughing at you. And at some point in my life, I told myself, girl, I think we are just going to be the rich auntie, just get money and take care of your nephews and your nieces and just leave this relationship marriage world for other people. Maybe you're not meant for it. But one thing with love, it meets you when you least expect it, when you're not even looking at all. When I met my husband, I was literally not looking at all. Okay. Now, I met him when I was 26 years old. And when I was 26 years old, the last thing on my mind is to settle down or start a family. At that point in my life, I was just thinking about how I'm going to make money, how I'm going to travel the world and all of that. But you know what? We plan, we decide, and fate and God decide his own and, throw his plans in our way, right? And that was how I got myself a man. Now, when I met this man, like I said, the last thing on my mind is to start a family. Now, there was a lady that was in his life, allegedly, I was told later, a lady in his life. And this lady was already clocking 40. She was in her late 30s and she was approaching 40s. And for a lady, when you are already in your late 30s, even middle 30s or early 30s, that bell is already ringing. Oh, you're already heading to menopause. You need to start a family and all of that. And this lady, she was one of those people who was pushed and pressurized and she wanted to start a family. Now, when she met my man, she was already pushing him. Now she was being desperate to be a wife, to start a family. While him on the other side, he wasn't desperate. Like, the last thing on his mind, on the other hand, was not to get married or to start a family. Okay? Now, with me and him, our goals aligned. And one day he had to call her and tell her that he's not ready for what she wants. And that was how they broke up. And when they broke up, then I and him were just friends. And our friendship even grew more tighter and more better. Disclaimer, I did not break any relationship, okay? Before you will say MJ broke a relationship. I did not, all right? I didn't even know she was even in the picture to even begin with. I was told later. And he said he met us almost at the same time. But she, on the other hand, she was rushing to want to get married, to start a family. While me, I was not rushing, okay? So I just want to put that out there. One of the things that I did not do, like I said, was to get desperate. I wasn't desperate. If you want to get married and if you want to enjoy your home, enjoy a peaceful home, have a healthy home, don't be desperate. This is what desperation do. Desperation takes you out from the present moment. Desperation stops you from focusing on the important things that you have to focus or you want to focus on. That is what desperation do. And a lot of people get desperate like that and they rush into the marriage, and guess what? That is how they rush out, or they get frustrated, they get depressed, And at this point, especially people that are ashamed because of the same society again, to not say they left their home, they left their marriages, and they don't want to divorce, they become depressed in their home. They become sad, unhappy people. Okay? Now, desperation would just only hurt you. If you want to get married, get rid of desperation. Stop being desperate. Okay? Get to know the person you want to marry to first. I remember when I was dating my man, a lot of noise from left, right, center. Hey, when is he going to marry you? Okay, if he doesn't want to marry you, get pregnant for him. Maybe that is going to hook him down. Blah, blah, blah. I was just seeing all these things. I was just smiling. I was just laughing. Because I told myself, by the grace of God, I am not getting married and getting separated or divorced. By the grace of God. And so shall it be in the name of Jesus. I told myself that. Okay? And if I want that kind of healthy home and healthy marriage that I am imagining or I am envisioning, then I have to do the right things. Okay? Faith without works is dead. So what I did was getting to know this person. Now, when I first met him, the first day we met, I told myself, hey, I'm going to marry this man. Okay, that was the first thing I told myself. And if I do not marry this man, he's going to be my best friend for the rest of my life. Because his wisdom, his knowledge, there is this aura he carries that I have not seen with any man that I've dated before or have been with before. I have not seen it. And with that, I told myself, my kids need to carry this kind of, personality trait. All right. A lot of people say when you want to get married to somebody, do not look at the physical, focus on the other aspect. But for me, I say, physical attraction is important for me. I cannot get married to somebody who is not who I'm not physically attracted to. All right. So when I say this man is my type to a T, is literally my type to a T. Okay. So, but that's did not make me to be desperate. No. We were friends for a very long time, even before he even asked me to be his girlfriend and we started dating. And you see that friendship, we built a friendship based on trust, based on, loyalty, based on honesty. All right? And that is one thing that I know for sure is going to last the test of time. That I know for sure. So if you want to get married to your significant other, maybe you're dating right now and you're not married yet, get to know that person. Please get to know that person. Get to know their flaws. Get to know what makes them happy, what makes them sad. Don't rush it. See, forever is too long to sit and be desperate about. Don't rush it. Even if your age is going, don't rush it. Because you're going to be married to this person for the longest time that you've ever known. And if you don't take your time to get to know this person, you are going to regret it. This is not even a might. You will regret it. All right? Another thing that I noticed, I discovered some toxic traits in me that I've never discovered before, that I never knew before. And I'm going to mention these 3 toxic traits, okay? 1, that I was very controlling. 2, I was very impatient. And 3, I get angry easily. You see these 3 things? When I discovered these things about myself, I told myself, we cannot get married like this. We cannot start a new chapter like this. And I took time to work on it. A lot of us don't believe we have a problem. A lot of us don't believe there's something wrong with us. And even if a relationship break or a marriage break, right, we want to blame it on the other person, especially when the other person is not coming out like us to tell the whole world, right? We want to throw the blame on the other person. But my darling, we all have a fault. And the earlier you start admitting to your fault and to your toxic trait and start to work on it, the better for you. Because when you start to work on yourself, listen, you will discover things that you've never discovered before. And you work on them. And that would in the relationship, in the marriage, it's going to help you. But if you discover something about yourself and you wave it and say, you know what, and it's not a big deal, the person should just take me for who I am, my dear, you're going to hurt yourself, and you're also going to hurt the person you claim you love. All right? Sometimes you need to sit down and ask yourself, can I live with me? Can you live with yourself? Because if you cannot live with yourself, then you have to change. Change is the only constant thing in life. All right? If everybody in the world would sit and admit to their fault and tell themselves, you know what? I need to work on this. I need to work on that. I need to work on this. I think the world would be in a better place by now. But everybody wants to, continue with their toxic traits. Everybody wants everybody to, swallow what they are dishing. Everybody wants everybody to take what the toxic trait that they have. And that is why we are in this mess that we are in this right now. The mess that we are in this world right now. But when you discover your toxic trait and you say, you know what? I don't want this to continue. I want to work on it. Believe me, you are not just only saving your future, you are also saving the people you love and everyone around you. Believe me. So please work on yourself. Don't take that toxic trait that you have to your marriage. Please and please. Before I and my husband got married or even moving together, I was living with some ladies. And these ladies are not my friends, okay? We are just like roommates. We share a flat together. And I was taking my shower in the bathroom, and I overheard them talking about men, saying all men are cheats, all men are this, all men are that. And I don't know whether they were saying that because I had a boyfriend. And maybe they were saying that to discourage me or to put words into my head, because they didn't have a boyfriend and all of that. So when I came out from the bathroom, I just made a one-line statement. And that one-line statement was, not all men cheat. And when I said that, it was like I let her loose. All of them just got up and were like, what am I saying? All men cheat. Because you don't know or you've not found that doesn't mean he doesn't. Some men are very good in covering their tracks, blah, blah, blah. They were just blabbing in my ear. I didn't say anything. But that was when I realized or I discovered that, although these ladies are not my friends, but I need to get far away from these ladies if I want my relationship to work. Listen, a lot of people would want to sabotage your relationship, especially when you seem happy. When you seem happy with your significant other. You think they're happy for you? Oh, think again. Okay? Now, you need to get as far away from this kind of people. If you have friends in your life that, they are making you to do things that you don't want to do to your other partner, listen, get far away from them. Even if you're married right now and you know exactly what I'm talking about and you don't like that, you don't like what you're doing because your friends are the ones forcing you to do it, people that you surround yourself with are the ones forcing you to do it, get away from those people. See, now is the best time to do it. Get away from them. Get as far away from them. Because once they finish to destroy your home, your relationship, they'll be the same people to still rally back and laugh at you and say negative and hurtful things about you. So get away from them. Okay? My driver was telling me the other day, because my driver and his wife got separated, right? And he was telling me how it was her friends, the wife's friends, that deceived his wife into doing all the nasty things she did in their marriage. And now that she's gone, they're coming to him to tell him, the things that she was doing, the worst things that he has never heard before. So believe me, those friends in your life that are deceiving you to make you sabotage your relationship, sabotage your home, listen, they are not your friends. They are not your friends. So get rid of them. Just like the saying goes, if you surround yourself with 5 foolish people, you are the 6th person. But if you surround yourself with 5 wise persons, you are the 6th person. This saying is very important. So use this, in your marriage, in your life, and in everything that you do in this life. Okay? Now, there are things that I can tell you for a fact, during the course of our dating, that I did not overlook. A lot of people tend to overlook red flags. Listen, no matter how little that red is, if you don't work on it, it will hurt you in the future. It will haunt you in the future. That is why you don't sweep things under the carpet and think, you know what? They're going to change. It's going to be okay. Because at this point now, you are so happy. You are so in love. But let me tell you something. Love in a relationship, in a marriage especially, doesn't last. All those butterflies, at some point, they disappear. Now, what have you built for that marriage, for that relationship to stand the test of time? If there is no trust, there is no loyalty, and if you have not worked on those red flags, even from the very beginning, listen, it's going to haunt you and it's going to hurt you. So do not let those red flags slide. Never. You see, during our course of our relationship, I and my husband, there are some red flags that we notice. Nobody is perfect, just like I said. The 80-20 rule, right? And let's say two 80s come together, an 80 and another 80 come together. They are still not perfect. There is still 20 that they have to work on, right? Now, if you discover that in the course of your relationships while you're dating, work on it. What me and my husband did is that we sit down, and most of the times I was the one doing the calling. I was not letting anything slide. For him, he doesn't mind letting it slide. But for me, I was not going to let it slide. I will call him, sit him down, and we talk like two mature adults. Not the one that the other person is talking over another person and both of you are shouting. The both of you are not even listening to each other. Not that kind of communication. We build a healthy communication between us. And that way, we do not let anything slide. If I notice any little thing, I call him and we talk. And that is why I can tell you for a fact that I built a healthy relationship between us. If there is anything that we see, we talk about it. So don't stop dismissing the red flag. If you know that while you're dating this person and you know that these are red flags that you cannot handle in the future, please leave. Don't say you're going to change that person. You are not the Holy Spirit. You cannot change somebody except they are willing to change. So don't dismiss the red flags. Please, I'm going to say this. I'm begging you. Because we are tired of seeing broken homes. We are tired of seeing broken relationships. We are tired of seeing broken families. Okay? And that way you bring in children, innocent children that will come and suffer from that. Don't do that to yourself and to your significant other. All right? Okay, so I'll stop in this video right now. And I hope you learned something in this video. So if you're someone that is about to get married and you're dating, tell me about your experiences. And if you're married just like me, also tell me about your experiences. I want to know, guys. I love love, I'm someone that is, I'm a sucker for love. All right. So yeah, tell me about your relationship. I would love to read it. I would love to hear your story. Okay. And I will catch you in my next video. Bye. Love you.